The country I did for my presentation in international business was Papua New Guinea, and there were very many issues when it came to the country with societal issues, economic issues, human rights issues, and a lot more. There was also a lot of issues when it came to the COVID-19 pandemic, which also affected the country as well. So the first things I noticed were the societal issues that the country faced. 40% of Papua New Guinea lives in poverty. The problem with this is that when this many people are living in poverty in a nation, it is evident that the nation does not have a strong government, it doesn't have good financing, and whatnot. Another societal issue was the fact that their health system is not dependent. Are not enough resources in the country for good health systems, and that's a problem because obviously people are not gaining the health resources that they need in order to survive. Women's rights hardly exist in this country. In fact, after my research, I discovered that this country is one of the most unsafe places for women because there are no rights, there are no justices for women. It's a situation where women definitely aren't focused on. Freedom of speech also does not exist in this country. This is a country where when you speak, what you say depends a lot on your freedom. You may not have freedom after you say certain things. Jumping into political issues, unfortunately, unlike the United States, we have a very enforced government. We have a very involved and successful government, while this country does not. They are understaffed and underfunded in their law enforcement. Unfortunately, when there's a lack of law enforcement, there is a lack of proper behavior amongst a group of people, and there are a lot of violence issues in this country, which has led to multiple mass casualty events and so much more. As I said before, public health issues are a huge problem. Tuberculosis and malaria and diabetes are one of the highest rated diseases in these countries, or in this country. The rates are so high for this, and there are over 30,000 cases per year of just tuberculosis alone. And just saying 30,000 cases, this is not a small country, so obviously this is a problem. Environmental issues. The country is experiencing really high rates of sea level rising, which is obviously going to be a problem for their towns and villages, because once that sea level rises, their villages are going to be underwater. And when these sea levels rise, there's also going to be a lack of water and food resources, which is a huge risk factor for all those living in the country. Industrial issues. One of the main issues that I found interesting was that COVID caused such a huge decline in infrastructure. Once COVID hit, this country really went more downhill than it already was. There was an increased cost of living because of COVID-19, which is something that the United States has also encountered as well. But in small countries like this, where the government isn't as successful, this is much more of a problem. Economic issues. There is a 3.7% growth from 2023. Now, this is a positive because since COVID, things are beginning to grow again, which obviously makes for a much better infrastructure for the country. And there also is an import volumes plunged by 6% because of private investment opportunities. So when we look at this, we can see that their economy is really trying to grow from COVID-19, and the progression is there. throughout the research of my project, I noticed that this country definitely struggles. It struggles with its economy, it struggles with its government, its law enforcement, and its everyday living, which is extremely unfortunate to me because we that live in the United States are just that much more fortunate for what we have, and we're that much more lucky for the opportunities we have. So overall, I think this project was really good, and I think there was a lot of great points made throughout the presentations.